Hey kids, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna hit pause in a second. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I love this game. I love video games in general. I just love them because it's a lot of fun to play. You get the sense of new adventures and the sense of sort of like new skills you have to learn. And I'm trying a new game right here. It's actually not a new game, but it's based off of a great game, a movie series from Disney called Cars. Yeah, you know Cars, don't you? I mean, Cars has gotten so big. When you go to Disney World, you know what happens? All you do is you look around, you see like miles and miles of like Lightning McQueens, and all you can do is say ka-chow. You know, there's some neat things. And I love playing the video games. The video game has only made like the car movie even bigger because now you get to experience it and be one of the racers in the cars. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Is there a video game that you like to play a lot that maybe has gotten real big and was made into a movie? Is there one? Think about it. Think about a movie game that you absolutely love to play. Or maybe there's a video game that you'd love to see turn into a movie. Minecraft, you know, whatever it is. Think about it. Take 60 seconds and think about what would that movie look like if you made a video game into a movie, or one of your favorite video games is a movie. Think about it for 60 seconds. I'll see you back here in 1 minute. So what'd you come up with? What did you think of? What kind of movie game or game movie did you come up with? Hey, you know what you should do? Send those answers to me at my email address, andy@tc3.church. I'd love to hear what you have to say. See what kind of creative ideas you came up with. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Well, guys, I love it. As we continue on in our series here, this is an amazing series. Not only is it about video games, it's called Power Up. Power Up. And what we're doing is we are leveling up our faith in God. That's right. We're doing that by looking at 8 big Bible heroes that we can learn and see what kind of power-ups they use to level up their game with Jesus. You know, and today is a great one. As today we get the story of a guy named Daniel. And you know what? You'll find him in your Bible, in the book of Daniel. Yeah, isn't that great? It's a book about Daniel, and it's by Daniel, and it's his name in the book. Isn't that great? But so it's easy to find. So you can find this whole story about Daniel. Daniel's got a lot of stories we could share, but there's one thing that I really want to focus on today. You see, Daniel loved God. He was very, very loyal to God. He served God and God alone. And unfortunately, though, his city was attacked by the Babylonians. And the Babylonians ruled and they took over and they won the city of Jerusalem, where Daniel was from. And so he was captured and taken as a prisoner, brought into the king's house of King Darius, the king of the Babylons, and he was forced to serve the king. Now, Daniel was very well loved by King Darius. He loved Daniel. Daniel and King Darius were like pretty good friends. He saw how smart Daniel was. He saw how fit and active he was. He was a good guy. But there's one thing. You see, the Babylonians, they served all these gods that they made up. And they had a fake sort of kind of religion that they created. They didn't serve the God that you and I talk about every week, every Sunday and in the week, whatever you see this, about the Yahweh God, the one true God. Yeah, Daniel served Yahweh. He served him and him alone. You see, Daniel loved, so that was a big difference there. He loved God so much that he would kneel down every day facing the city of Jerusalem, and he would... hold on 1 second. I can't... which way is, I forget which way Jerusalem is. I think it's this way. Okay, I'm going to pretend I don't know. I'm going to make this part up. So he's bowing and he faces the city of Jerusalem, which we're going to say is this direction. And he's bowing and he prays every day to God. And he praises him and he asks for his blessing and protection. And he thanks him for everything. Even though he's a slave, he's been captured and his city's been taken over, he still gives God the grace and he's still very loyal to God. Now, this is all good news, right? You think, dude, Daniel's got it set. He's friends with the king. He still has a great relationship with God and this amazing relationship. But it gets really, really rough. Because there's a guys who serve under the king who are part of the Babylonians, and they were jealous of Daniel. They saw how fast Daniel was rising in the ranks and how much love and adoration, you like that word adoration? How much love and adoration the king was giving Daniel. Now these guys got super jealous and they said, hey, we gotta do something about this Daniel guy. This Daniel guy, he's in the way. Oh, we gotta get rid of Daniel because he's messing up our plans. But there's no way to get rid of him. The king likes him too much. And they thought about it, and they thought, 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 and they thought. It's sort of like a Dr. Seuss book, right? And they thought, and they thought, and they thought. How are we going to get rid of Daniel? And they came up, light bulb. I got it, guys. Check it out. What's the one thing that Daniel does every day?
Well, he brushes his teeth. I think he probably like takes a shower every day because he's a clean guy.
No. What does he do every day?
Well, we know he prays every day.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll catch him in a trap. Dun, dun, dun. So what happens next? These guys go to the king and say, King Darius, oh great king, oh mighty king, oh powerful king. You deserve all the gracious glories of the land. And you know what? We should make that a law, king. You are so wonderful and so epically awesome. We should make a law that if anybody is ever caught not worshiping you, but worshiping other gods or other people, we should feed them to the lions. Now, King Darius sort of liked that idea. King Darius is like, I am pretty awesome. I mean, look at my threads. I mean, look how I walk. Look how I talk. And I'm the king. Look at my crown. It's beautiful. I should be worshipped more. I don't think I am worshipped more. You know what? Make a law. And so the boys went and they made this law. They wrote it out as fast as they could, right? And they gave it to the King Darius. And King Darius said, let me sign right now today that if anybody is caught worshiping anybody but King Darius, you will be thrown to the lions. He signs away, and a law is made. Now, Daniel hears about this, and he knows this is a trap. He knows it's the problem, that if he kneels and he faces his home city, Jerusalem, and he starts praying to God, and if people catch him doing that, he's going to be thrown to the lions. Now, what do you think Daniel did? Did Daniel run away? Did he cower up? Did he close his windows so nobody could see him and lock his door? No. You see, that same day, Daniel heard about the law. He knew the whole land knew the law, and so he still went to his bedroom upstairs, and he went down there, and he opened his windows like he did all the time, and he kneeled, and he faced the city, and he started praying to God. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now, sort of like in today's day, if there were cell phones back then, they would have video of this proof, and they would have been showing it, and would have been like shaky camera. Whoa, look at him! Look, there's Daniel. Oh, he's praying to his God. Oh, and they say, hey, and they would run. Well, they didn't have phones back then, but you have to imagine that back then they saw Daniel, and they saw, aha, we got you, breaking the law. King Darius, guess what? Your boy Daniel just prayed to his God. He refused to pray to you. You know what he wins? He wins a trip to the Lion's Den. That's right, an all-exclusive one-way ticket to the Lion's Den. This made the king very, very upset. No, not my friend Daniel, not my boy Daniel. But it was a law. And the king couldn't break the law. Even though he's a king, if he broke his own law, it would be a sign of weakness. Like, the king has favorites. That's not good. We should do something about the king. The king didn't want that. So he ordered, grudgingly, throw Daniel to the lions. That was very dramatic, wasn't it? Throw him to the lions. They took Daniel and they brought him to the pit where the lions were. And they just put him down next to the cave mouth where the lions were. And they pushed him in. Daniel fell down into this pit. Now, in the pit, there were a lot of hungry lions. Now, these lions were very ferocious.
Roar. Hey, I'm a lion, and I'm very ferocious.
So, but it was also very, very dark, because the next thing they did was they covered the cave up. They covered the cave up, and they made it so that he couldn't see anything, right? He's looking around. I can't see anything. And he's probably in the dark. These very, very hungry lions, just like this. And he's probably feeling around. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Oh, but Daniel was brave. He was brave. And the Bible, it describes what happened next. Even though Daniel was thrown down into the lion's den for the whole night, it could have gone really bad. It could have gone really bad as the lions were there. And you know the lions, what they like to do? They like to eat, right? They like to eat meat. And guess what? Daniel's made of meat. I'm made of meat. Well, it wasn't horrible, because what happened next was pretty stinking awesome. The King Darius, went to his bed, and he could not sleep that night. He was tossing and turning all night long, couldn't get any rest, because all he could think about was Daniel, how he was in the lion's den. And so what happened? What do you think happened next? Well, King Darius woke up very, very early, much earlier the next morning. He put on his royal clothing, and he ran down to where the lion's den was. And he ordered immediately, guards, roll away the stone. So they roll away the stone. Can you hold that for me, please? Oh, thank you so much. You're a good lion. You're a good kitty cat. All right, good. I like this cat. And they roll it back. And you can read this in Daniel chapter 6. In Daniel chapter 6, the king throws down and says, Daniel, are you still there? If you're alive, speak to me. And in verse 25, Daniel answered, O king, live forever. My God sent an angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight. Now, have I ever done anything wrong to you before, O king? So think about it. Angels were down in the lion's den with Daniel, and they shut the mouth of these hungry lions. And Daniel was safe that night. Nothing happened to him. He walked away clean, unhurt, unscathed. It was awesome. And the king ordered, bring him out right now. And he threw a rope down there. Daniel was able to get out of the lion's den. And immediately, check this out. The king said at the command, he said, now I know for sure that you serve the one true God. And Daniel, these false accusations against you are not going to go unpunished. And so the very next thing that happens, if you're like scared by lions, you might want to cover your ears. So they take all of the men. The king orders all of the men who made this law and tricked the king into making this law, and even all of their family. And he said, throw them all into the lion's den. And they got thrown in the lion's den, and the lions went, ah! Yeah, it was not a pretty picture. We'll just keep it PG like that, okay? It was definitely a very, very bad day for all those guys. Now, here's the thing. Daniel then, the king then writes a law. He says, write this down, people, nations, and every nation. This is verse 25. He says, May you prosper greatly. I issue a decree that in every part of the kingdom, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God and who endures forever. The kingdom will not be destroyed. His domination will never end. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth, and he has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions. Man, I love that. I love that story. It's again, 100% true, because everybody was there and witnessed it. And the whole king got the whole nation to start worshiping God. This is great. Here's the great thing. You know what? Let's review real quick. Let's go back and let's look at today our game 3 of Power Up. Well, what did we learn about in game 3 of our Power Up? Well, let's put that on screen right now so you guys can understand, as today we're talking about the Lion's Lair. Well, who is our champion today? Well, our champion, of course, is Daniel. And what did he use to power up? Well, he used the power up of loyalty. Loyalty. He was loyal to God. That means he decided he's going to serve one true God. He's not going to waver. He's not going to be fearful of things. He stayed loyal to God, and his loyalty to God shut the mouths of the lions. That's awesome. You know, let's put all that together, because our bottom line today, what is our bottom line? Well, let's look what our bottom line is. There it is, our bottom line. God will never let you down. God will never let you down. That's right, because God is loyal to you too. What else can we do to power up? Oh, do our power verse, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, the power verse. We're going to put that on the screen right now. But remember, every week we're going to take away more and more words. So we're working on memorizing it, because the more that you memorize it, the more powered up you're going to get. Yeah. All right, so here it is. So we'll put that on screen right now. Ready? And there it is. Okay, very good. All right, so 2 Peter 1:3. 2 Peter 1:3. Let's read it right now. Ready? Stand up. If you're sitting down, stand up so we can read it together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. By his divine power, God has given us everything we need for living a godly life. We have received all of this by coming to know him, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory and excellence. Wow, that was great. You know what we should do? We should take away more words. Yeah, okay. Well, last week we took away 4 words. This week, we're going to take away 1 more. We're going to add a 5th one. Here we go. Let's put all those fruits up there. Ready? And, oh, there it is. All right, what were those words? What, oh, my goodness. Is that a pineapple? I think it's a pineapple there. Well, let's find out what that word is. Here we go. By his divine power, God what? God has given us everything we need for living a godly life. Who received? Oh, we have received all of this by coming to know him, the what? The one. That's right, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory. Oh, how do you put 2 words together? What's that word that you combine 2 words? Oh, and excellence. Not bad. But you know what? We're not done. We have to take away a couple more words here. Ready? All right, ready? And oh, what was that? Oh my goodness. Whoa. I have no clue what that is, but it looks like a lemon that is fallen on its side and ready to die. I don't know what that is. But here we go. What was that second word? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. By who? Oh, his divine power. God what? Has given us everything we need for living a godly life. What is that? Well, we have received all this by coming to know him, the what is that word? Oh, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory. That's right, and excellence. 2 Peter 1:3. Dude, that was awesome. Great job, everybody. I can't wait to see what happens next week as we power up. So make sure to come back and join me right here at TC3 Kids and for our week service, and let's power up and level up so we can just get right back into it. So while we're doing that, guys, I'm going to get back to my Cars game because, dude, I love this. I love this game. Hey, I'll see y'all next week. All right, bye-bye.